So you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville Beach, Florida? Well, before you do, you want to know the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering today. So stick around, we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about eating, sleeping, working, playing in Jacksonville, Florida, the good and the bad, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Jacksonville, Florida. My name is Jay and we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you who are looking for help to move to the Jacksonville, Florida area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. We're happy to help you make a smooth move to Jacksonville, Florida, or like today, Jacksonville Beach. So as I mentioned, we're here in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and the first pro is going to, of course, be location. It's on the beach. I mean, what more could you want? When most people think about living in Florida, they think of oranges or Disney World or the beach. So you definitely have the beach. Jacksonville Beach is east of Jacksonville, about 20 minutes from downtown Jacksonville, about 20 minutes from Mayport Naval Air Station, about 45 minutes from Jacksonville International Airport, and if you want to head south to St. Augustine, probably allow around about an hour to get there off of A1A. You have to the north of Jacksonville Beach, Neptune Beach, and then Atlantic Beach, and to the south of Jacksonville Beach, you have Ponte Vedra Beach. You have lots of reasons to not leave the beach because everything that you need is basically there. Some people are going to leave for work reasons. Some people might leave to go to a movie theater because we don't have a movie theater currently at the beaches. But other than that, oh yeah, to go to the airport, of course, too. There's a small regional airfield, Craig Airfield, that's in Jacksonville. If you don't want to run all the way up to the airport, you can fly in there, charter aircraft, and so forth. But yeah, Jacksonville Beach, it's pretty much got everything going on as far as fun in the sun, activities. You've got bicycling, surfing, skateboarding. You can go on the beach if you want to meditate, walk your dog. You can see the sunrise in the morning. You can see the sunset over the Intercoastal Waterway. You've got the Jacksonville Beach Pier. You have music events throughout the year. You have art events. You have the 904 pop-ups going on. Deck the chairs at Christmas time at the Seawalk Pavilion. Just tons of things going on all year long. Really not a lot of reason to have to leave the beaches unless you want to. People in Jacksonville Beach call it crossing the ditch, which is going across the Intercoastal Waterway, so you don't have to cross the ditch unless you want to, of course. Everything you want to do is right there. So the next pro is going to be shopping and dining and fun activities. You don't have to leave the beach to take care of anything you need to do as far as shopping. There's grocery stores, home improvement stores, all types of healthcare, doctors, dentists, hospitals. You have Baptist Medical Center, Beaches is there. Across the Intercoastal Waterway, of course, you have the Mayo Clinic. Just everything you need is right there at the beaches. It's totally available to you, and it's also very walkable if you want to walk. And also, if you want to ride your bike, you can do that as well. If you have an e-bike, of course, that's going to make it even easier. Some people have EVs, electric vehicles, utilize those. Just really easy to get around and very convenient. Everything that you need is right there. So the next pro that I would say you have here at the beach is very laid back people. You've got the beaches vibe, that's what we call it. It's just an easygoing way of life that most people share. They like living near the water, being near the water. It gives them peace of mind. It reduces stress. Very family friendly, very pet friendly, very health conscious. If there's alternative, type of medicine you want to pursue, of course, that's available as well. I've made a lot of friends at the beaches, a lot of friendly people, a lot of networking, just a great place to be. You've got that common denominator of being at the beaches, being on the water, just enjoying the sun, the sand, and the surf. It's just a great way of life. So the next pro I would say is the weather. A lot of people don't realize this, but it's warmer in the winter time and cooler in the summertime. You also don't get the same weather events that affect Jacksonville. They don't come across the intercoastal waterway to the beaches because you have, which is another great thing, pro, is a sea breeze blowing most of the time. You don't get impacted by the same weather as Jacksonville, and it's just a nicer place to live most of the time because of the nicer weather that you have at the beaches. So the next pro that I would say you have at the beaches is housing. There's a variety of housing available. There's condominiums, of course, if you want to live in a condominium. There are high-rises available as well. They're going to be building a brand new one that's 8 stories high in South JAX Beach. But there's also townhomes, duplexes, multifamily units available, single-family homes. Speaking of the homes, most of those are going to be not an HOA, which that's a positive for a lot of people because you don't have the rules and regulations and the costs associated with an HOA. There is a small percentage of housing communities that are HOA, so of course if that's what you're shooting for, I can definitely help you get into one of those and we can target those moving forward. But yeah, lots of variety of places. There is some older homes at the beaches. I checked the inventory today, and I would say out of about 100 listings overall, about 50% were built prior to 2000, and the remainder were built up to current day. And there is new construction available. So if you want to do a remodel or a gut job, or buy a house that's been already brought up to date and refurbished, you can definitely do that. There's a lot of variety as far as between wood frame, and there's also concrete block construction homes too. Okay, so here's one of the cons, which is going to be traffic. There is some traffic at the beaches. It's going to be mostly during driving to work hours, driving to school hours, driving from work, driving from school hours. It's mostly going to be on A1A, running north and south, and Penman Road running north and south. So, during prime time hours, those corridors do load up. There are some, back ways you can get around once you get to know the beaches. There's workarounds to those areas, but there's school zones and things you got to be mindful of no matter what. Running east and west from the beaches to work, you will again have some drive time traffic, but it's nothing that's really going to slow you down that much. You might want to add maybe an extra 10 minutes going to work time on top of what you would already be allowing. You can pretty much get anywhere anywhere in Jacksonville Beach within 30-minute drive. If you're going all the way across town, across the river, I would add probably at least another 10 to 15 minutes to your drive. So that brings us to another con, which is short-term rentals, which could also be a pro, depending on if you're an investor or not and you want that. But for some folks, short-term rentals, they don't necessarily like those because occasionally there can be some partying going on and some activities that are going to need to be regulated occasionally. The police in the city of Jacksonville, they keep a pretty close watch on that, and they will reach out to the management companies, Airbnb, VRBO, to reach out to the owner if anything like that, gets out of hand. But it's pretty much, it's not very common that you see it. I'm just making you aware that they do allow short-term rentals at the beaches. There are opportunities, of course, for investments if a person's looking for rental properties to invest in. As long as it's cash flowing at the beginning, it's a great investment. And there are plenty of those that you can invest in at the beaches as well, and I can help you find those. So one of the cons, and I don't think it's a major con, but it is a con, is going to be cost of living. You are going to see that $400,000, for instance, that you have budgeted to spend on a single family home, it's not going to go as far at the beaches as it would in Jacksonville. That being said, you don't have the beaches in Jacksonville. It's all location, 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 as they say. I will say that it will cost you more, to enter into purchasing at the beaches, but in the truth, you will probably see a higher appreciation in value, conversely, versus buying, across the ditch over in Jacksonville, which is a great place to live as well. But it's a safe place. The beaches are always a safe place to be investing in real estate, without a doubt. Oh, let me add one more thing about cost of living. You will pay a little bit more for utilities and insurance probably than in Jacksonville. Gas and groceries, pretty much the same across the board. No difference there. So that pretty much wraps up the pros and cons for Jacksonville Beach, Florida. I hope this brought value to you. If you're a Jacksonville Beach resident and you have anything you'd like to add or make a comment below, please feel free to do so. And remember, if you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. We're happy to help you make a smooth move to Jacksonville, Florida, or Jacksonville Beach, or any of the surrounding areas. Till then, I hope to see you around town.